All right, guys, welcome back to a new episode of Maksim Outdoors. This is part 2 from Caledonia State Park, and this week we are tackling none other than the Appalachian Trail. So join me this week as we hike a little bit of the AT here in State Park number 16. Let's go. Alrighty, well, good morning from Caledonia State Park. This is day number 2 here and part 2 of my little video series from out here. It got a little cold last night. It went down into the 50s easily. I was definitely not as prepared as I should have been with my little down sleeping quilt. It got a little chilly, but we made it through the night. It's currently about 52 degrees right now, but a beautiful cloudless morning, as you can see, and supposedly it's going to be like that all day, and it'll get up to around 73 or 74 today. So pretty much a pretty perfect day for hiking. And like I said, this is part 2. If you missed part 1, maybe go back and check that out. I kind of laid out the groundwork for what we're going to be doing today. But if you missed that, we are going to be heading over this hill here, and just about 400 feet over this way is the Appalachian Trail, and we are going to be linking up with that for a mile or so and hiking a big loop, making a big loop out of it. So yeah, we are going to be hitting the Appalachian Trail today here in Pennsylvania, and of course this is Caledonia State Park. And if you're trying to keep up with me and see how many state parks that I've done videos on so far, this is park number 16. So we are making progress, 16 out of 121. Eventually we'll get there. And I did just read the other day that Governor Wolf has announced that he is adding 3 new state parks to Pennsylvania. So great news. That's always good to hear. So we'll be at 124 here within the next year from what I'm hearing. So new state parks, you can't beat that. So yeah, one look at Camp Maksim here before we head on over the hill and link up with the AT. So let's go. Alrighty, well, all packed up and ready to go. I got the bag loaded down, new batteries in the GoPro, and we're going to be linking up here with the AT here in just a second. I did want to say real quick how quiet and peaceful this site was. So this is the non-electric loop here in Caledonia State Park. I forget what campground this is called, something really hard to pronounce, like the Chinquapin campground or something similar to that. But anyway, it's like a 3-road kind of loop system here. All these sites are non-electric, and I believe there's about 40 sites. But as you can see here, I mean, there isn't really anybody using this section of campground, I guess, due to the non-electric side of it. So out of 40 sites, it's me, and I don't know if you can see that car down the road, but yeah, it was absolutely dead quiet last night. I'm a pretty light sleeper. I can usually hear cars coming through and whatnot. I don't think another car drove through here at all last night. So really quiet if you're looking for solitude and quietness, other than Route 30 that you can hear every once in a while in the distance. I slept like a absolute baby last night. But yeah, I mean, check out these almost fall views. Fall is in a week from now, and it's definitely starting to feel like it. So yeah, enough rambling. Let's head on down to the AT. All right, well, just to show you how close we actually are. Campground up on that ridge there. You turn around, you see the pavilion there, the oak shelter, and right next to it, the tree with the white blaze. That's the Appalachian Trail. This trail right here that kind of cuts through. There's another tree with a white blaze. This is all the Appalachian Trail. We're literally only a couple hundred feet away camping. So anyway, let's take a look at the map. We're here obviously at Oak Pavilion. Now we could either go north or south. Doesn't really matter which way, honestly. So if we go north, we will link up with the Valley Trail here. So we'll make this left. And if we go down south, we will link up with the Ramble Trail. So today's goal is going to be doing this big loop here. So I'm thinking it's either probably 4 or 5 miles, but we'll be on the Appalachian Trail for maybe a mile and a half, maybe a little bit more than that. So that's the plan. Appalachian Trail's right there. First time ever hiking the AT here in Pennsylvania. If you missed it last week, I told you guys I hiked the Appalachian Trail down in Virginia. I did the Grayson Highlands, and I did the start of the Appalachian Trail down in Georgia. So this is a pretty cool experience here to say I've done a little bit of it in Pennsylvania now. So let's get going. And one other thing, I always kind of assume that everybody knows a lot about hiking and trails and whatnot out there. Maybe if you're not familiar with the Appalachian Trail, this trail is 2,186 miles. It goes all the way from the northern tip of Georgia all the way up to Mount Katahdin up in Maine. So this is kind of like the midway point almost for a lot of these through hikers. And did see a couple through hikers here yesterday, so I'm sure we will run into 1 or 2 of them today, I'm guessing. So let's get going. I'm excited. Appalachian Trail Day. All right, well, I made the executive decision to head southbound. So right now we are heading southbound on the AT, and we will be linking up with the Ramble Trail here in probably about a mile. So this is awesome. The officially on the Appalachian Trail here in Pennsylvania. Can't really beat it. I'm pretty sure it takes an average of 4 to 6 months for a lot of people to hike the Appalachian Trail, and I was just thinking it would probably take me 2 years because I stop so much and just check out all the awesome scenery along the way. Not to knock Pennsylvania, but this is probably one of the more boring sections of the Appalachian Trail throughout the eastern side of the country. You know, you go through Shenandoah, the Smokies, up through New York, Maine. But this is just absolutely beautiful. I can't imagine what the rest of the trail looks like. So yeah, a little stop here before we keep heading south, and we are right by the Pine Pavilion now. So not even probably a quarter of a mile into this trail yet, but so far so good. All right, well, we had our first little detour. Said that the trail was closed due to trail or storm damage. So we are following this electrical line through the woods now. And I don't know if you can hear it, but we are right alongside Route 30, running parallel with it. And I think we'll be on this section for a couple minutes before linking up with the Ramble Trail. So, little trail update for you guys. Still on the AT, as you can see, symbolized by the white blaze there on that post. So. I just wanted to stop and point something out that was kind of interesting to me as we traverse this pipeline here. So you can see here, these trees all have kind of a reddish orange tint to them. I don't know how well it comes out on camera, but they're pretty darn vibrant here in person. And I do remember reading in the pamphlet that along this trail was the largest white pine plantation in all of Pennsylvania. I believe this is where it was referring to. So these are all white pines here. Good indicator is the color of the bark. And you can see they go for pretty much as far as you can see along this trail. But I mean, some of them are pretty giant, including these ones right off to the side of me here. But yeah, white pines for pretty much as far as you can see. And I just love how that bark looks. Definitely reminds me of out west, out in like California or something, kind of like the redwoods. And then you have all these tiny little saplings popping up that'll look like that in 50 years. So there you go, the largest white pine plantation in Pennsylvania. That's a mouthful. So I'm gonna keep heading on here. If you can notice a little bit, sorry if I'm rambling, but it's a little hazy out here today, and that's due to the fires out in western Pennsylvania. You can see the sun is kind of, I don't know how to describe it, a little hazy, I guess. So, all right. White pines and wildfires. So we're gonna keep heading along here down the Appalachian Trail. All right, well, a couple things here. We started the day down by the Oak Pavilion and hiked all the way down here. This is where we were running pretty much parallel with Route 30, as you can see. And we have come to this junction here. The AT is going to leave us here for a little bit. As you can see here, the AT crosses over Route 30, and we're going to be hitting this ramble trail up through this area here. So here's what it really looks like. Appalachian Trail is going to head to my left and cross Route 30, and we are going to head downhill onto the ramble trail. So I was reading a little bit about this area, and this was actually an old trolley line that came through this area. If you watched my first episode, I told you about the crazy history of this park, everything from old iron furnaces to amusement parks to the CCC, the Appalachian Trail, just a lot going on here. But anyway, this was the old trolley line that came through here, and it would bring visitors from Chambersburg, and apparently they had a amusement park up here, like a dance hall, dance theater, whatever you want to call it. And people would come from Chambersburg up to here. It would bring money to this local area. And yeah, so right where we're standing was the old trolley line, hence the name. This is the Trolley Trail. So anyway, let's get going here. We're gonna say bye to the Appalachian Trail here for a little while, and head on downhill and link up with let's see what the creek name is. We'll be linking up with the east branch of the Cochig Creek. Nothing around here is easy to pronounce, so let's have at it. And apparently it says on the map that there is a rolling mill waterfall somewhere along this trail, so maybe we'll get lucky and spot another waterfall. Who knows? So all right, let's go. As I was walking here, a bald eagle literally just flew right over to my right. Hoping might be able to spot him again, but that was pretty unexpected. You wouldn't really imagine seeing a bald eagle in this little creek here, but it was definitely a bald eagle. I saw his white tail, big body, so it looked like he flew into this area somewhere. That's pretty cool. Totally unexpected sight of the day. You can see here we're still following this elevated section of the ramble trail. This looks like it might have been an old like railroad, maybe had something to do with that trolley, but I mean, you have a big old ditch to my left and then the stream on my right. Oh, there he goes right there. Look at that. See? I wasn't lying. All right. Bald eagle for the day. Let's go. Hopefully you guys got a good view of that. That was awesome. All right, well, this is pretty interesting. We have officially made it to the mill race that supposedly will lead down to a waterfall from what I was reading. But as you can see, it's pretty dry right now. I don't know if this had something to do with the iron industry back in the day, or maybe the lumber industry. I'm almost thinking that maybe they would fill this up with water and float logs down just to get them downstream easier. That's just a guess. If maybe you know a little bit about this kind of history, you can leave me a comment. But regardless, pretty interesting, pretty nice craftsmanship made here. But supposedly there's a waterfall down below there, but I'm not really holding my breath due to the water level up here, but still cool to see nonetheless. So yeah, this is part of a rolling mill. All right, well, one last look here at this old rolling mill, as I'm calling it. It's probably not the right name. Sorry that I'm not too educated on what this did, but I'm obviously guessing this was a way to divert water down to something, whether it was to get logs downstream or to cool a furnace, something along those lines. But if anybody knows, leave me a comment. I would love to learn something about this. So yeah, one last look. Looks like it was rebuilt or maybe worked on back in 1990. Alrighty, well, we have made it to our next trail junction here. As you can see, the Ramble Trail rambles on down this way, and the Three Valley Trail heads this way, and that's the way we are going to be heading. We will gain a couple hundred feet of elevation here along the Three Valley Trail before linking back up with the Appalachian Trail, and we'll pretty much be back where we started by that bridge at the beginning of the video. So let's tackle the Three Valley Trail now. What do you say? Looks like there's a bird party going on up ahead. All I see is, looks like blue jays going in and out of the trees, up and down, up and down. I'm sure we'll end up spooking them whenever we get up there, but I thought that was kind of funny. I don't know how well you can see them on the camera. They're still going all over the place. Must be a berry bush or something up ahead here. All the birds are fighting over. So I guess this will bring us to the next little informative section of the video. These birds are all fighting over, these are called pokeberries here. As you can see, they're poisonous to humans, but a little fun fact is Native Americans actually used them as war paint back in the day, Can't eat them, but I guess you can put the dye on your face. They're obviously, as you can see there. Yep. And then in a couple weeks, if you're wondering why you have red bird poop all over your car, that's why. So yeah, those are pokeberries. Birds love them. As you can see, they were all in this bush before I came up here. Still are. But yeah, pokeberries. And here we go. Most difficult. So this is the start of the Three Valley Trail as we start gaining elevation. This trail is only 0.7 miles, so not even a mile, but we're going to be gaining, I guess, some serious elevation here. But you know, we've been there, done that. So let's check another trail off of our list today. Three Valley Trail. Here we go. Well, we've definitely gained a little elevation here in the last 15 minutes. As you can see, I might have a little sweat on my forehead or breathing a little deeper now. But as you can see, the blazes keep going up. So eventually, when we get to the top there, we will reconnect with the good old Appalachian Trail and follow that back down into the state park. So we're getting there. Like I said, this is only 0.7 miles, so shouldn't take too long, knock on wood, but can't really complain. The trails have been really well maintained. I don't know if it's because the Appalachian Trail goes through here and they probably have more funding to you know, support trail maintenance and whatnot, but yeah, I can't wait to check out the other trail after this. So if you aren't subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss trail number 2 for the day coming next week. So, and we're looking at one of the valleys here along Three Valleys Trail. So I don't know if that's where it got its name from or not, but all right, well, here's another little trail update brought to you by Caledonia State Park. So, of course, we started here at the Oak Pavilion, meandered our way down, hiked along Route 30, parallel with that, did a little bit of the Trolley Trail. This is where we found the old ruins from the Iron Days, I guess you can call it. Crossed a couple bridges, I think like 4 or 5 of them, and then eventually linked up with the Three Valley Trail. This is where we gained all of our elevation, maybe 500 foot or so. And we are here now at the intersection of Three Valley Trail and the Appalachian Trail. So let's pull out here and boom, look at that. So we are gonna head to our right here, back to the park. And as you can see, the Appalachian Trail heads on north on its way, all the way up to Maine. So we'll be doing a little bit of the Appalachian Trail south back into the park, and then eventually linking up with the Ramble Trail again, I believe. So yeah, a little trail update. You can see, you know, we covered a good bit of ground today. We're all the way here, so all we got left here is we're going to come on down and then do this little loop and call it a day. So yeah, let's get to it. It's getting warm out. I'm really glad I wore our long sleeve shirt today. So all right, let's get going. All right, well, so far we've been doing really nothing except for going downhill here on the Appalachian Trail. You can see pretty rocky area here. But as always with this park, everything's very well maintained. So we're gonna keep on heading on downhill until we link back up with the old Ramble Trail. But yeah, just wanted to show you some of the sights along the way. The old white blaze symbolizing the Appalachian Trail. Awesome to say I've hiked another section of this. Love it. So yeah, there's a good view at the staircase we came down, part of the Appalachian Trail. And I was right, that is the parking area where we pretty much started the day at. So instead of heading back that way towards camp, we're gonna head to the right here. And I don't know if you can make out that sign down there in the distance, but I believe that is the part of the Ramble Trail that we skipped due to hiking that Three Valleys Trail. So we're gonna get on here and do a little short loop along this Ramble Trail. We never saw the Rolling Mill waterfall, so I just want to make sure I don't miss some epic waterfall, because that seems to always happen to me. I'll go home and, you know, look at Instagram pictures or whatever, and there'll be some awesome thing that I missed out on. So don't want that to happen. If I had to guess though, I'm gonna say that the waterfall is probably dry. It was probably what we seen earlier, but we'll give it the old college try and make sure that we didn't miss anything good today. So this episode's probably getting a little long, but hopefully you guys are still enjoying it. So yeah, here we go, back onto the Ramble Trail. Well, just as I promised, we are back here at the Pine Shelter, right along the very picturesque creek that runs through Caledonia State Park. But we are officially back at where we began. I want to say we probably did 4 or 5 miles today, and that'll wrap up this video. So hopefully you all enjoyed a little taste of the Appalachian Trail here in Pennsylvania. Maybe one day to do the whole thing, but until then we'll keep doing these videos and taking little bites out of it along the way. So that's gonna wrap it up. Like I said, hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, if you aren't already, please hit that subscribe button. It helps me out. Give this video a like. It also helps me out a lot. It pushes the video so more people see it. Check me out over on Instagram at Maksim Outdoors for sneak peeks, and just checking out what I do on a daily basis, and Facebook as well at Maksim Outdoors. All right, well, I'm gonna go climb the hill back up into the campground and call it a day. See you guys later.